It's a snowy day in the neighborhood, a real crappy day in the neighborhood. Well, this sucks. Yeah, it really sucks. I've always wanted to live in some place warm. I've always wanted to go where this isn't the norm. But I guess I got to shovel today. Really kind of stinks, but what can I say? This is my life. This is my life. Boy, do I hate winter. Welcome to another very snowy early morning show.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's Sunday. I have heard problems, though, with this broadcast in Australia. People get up, they watch it in the morning, it's Sunday, and they don't report to work. Now, obviously, in Australia, it's Monday right now. And this has caused a problem over in Australia, and I've been called by the government to say I should change my channel name. But I says, no, damn it, I'm an American, and I can do whatever I darn well I want. Oh, God, cat just sneezed all over me. So, for those in Australia, it is your early morning Monday show, not Sunday. Time to get to work. Are you going to sit? And the host is here and trying to decide what we're going to do in life. Okay. Meow. Yep. There we go. Okay. I guess we're ready. He just is going to make some stuff really difficult for me right now. But Happy New Year. I have some wonderful VCLT come in, so I'm going to show that, and then we'll get into some new stuff. Actually, some new records and some used records and pretty cool stuff. So stick around. I'll put a little timestamp, VCLT, new crap. Take a look. So first, it snowed. It snowed a lot. It snowed twice last week. This is why I think I need to move to the Caribbean. Then I don't have to deal with it. I don't mind snow blowing. I used to love snow. I skied, I downhill skied, cross country skied, sled, ice skated, did all that. Once the back went to hell, I can't do all that, and now it's just snow. Whoop-de-doo. So, hey, well, that's the way it is. I'm in Michigan. Let's begin VCLT. A really good friend of mine. I was able to meet him last year, one of these that you meet through the VC, you just become, you're close, and you talk with each other, and you just build a relationship. And this is a really one that I treasure. And it's Linda Legg, Andre from Linda Legg. He hasn't had any videos. He's one of those hospital frontline workers. The man has been working like crazy. It's just, but what are you going to do? You know what? He's out there. When you work in the ER, guess what you got? COVID. But he sent me this for Christmas. Now, this will be hard. Look at that. This is a poster, obviously, nicely framed. This is from it's the Blind Willie Blues Festival from 1994 in Thompson, Georgia. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. This is just the perfect thing for the music room. I have one spot left where I can handle something really big. And this is it. This will fit perfectly there. I'm so excited to get this. This is just what a wonderful, wonderful Christmas VCLT package present from Andre. So my friend, if you're watching, I know he's busy. He can't watch as much as he used to, but that was awesome. Thank you very much. It's an Andre VCLT. Andre's the type that even Christmas presents can sit around till Easter, and he'll get to it. He will. He's not one of those. Oh my God! I better open that right away. I received some other stuff here I want to show you. One is from his channel. It's a new channel. Justin DJ Tape Fire. Justin DJ Tape Fire. He has 81 subs, and he's been around for about 3 months, and he sent me this album. It's called Gel Soul, and he's a brand new channel. Steve, hope you enjoy this album and his collages. Glad to have found your channel on the VC. I hope 2021 brings you much joy and from your loved ones. With respect, Justin. Justin creates music, and he a musician. He has keyboards, and he presents some of the most interesting music. It's electronic. It is things that I normally won't hear, but has me intrigued. And I just told him, I said, you gotta drop me some sound samples on some of this stuff. He just did an unboxing. I have no idea what he's showing, but it's cool. It's like this. There's a lot of cool soundscapes. I'm going to do more on this album, so we're going to talk more on it later. Just dig into it because it's fascinating, and this artwork, I know it's in the plastic sleeve. I'll show you why. We'll show that later. This is awesome. Justin, thank you very much. From Chicago, the Windy City, Rocky O, and he's been a viewer. God, Rocky, we've been talking back and forth for a long time, and he was nice enough to send me some VCLT. My favorite is an album he produced, Rocky O, Futility's Last Request, and it's spoken word, done by Rocky. And it's fun. And I just said, you know what? He saw Dylan in a record store. He's sure he saw Dylan in a record store. I really enjoyed listening to this Rocky. It's been fun, very well done. There were city soundscapes going on that he went out and recorded and did this. Really, this thing means a lot to me because it's it's personal. It's from you. And it's you talking. And now, if I'm in an airport and I hear your voice, I'm going to know who you are. That's outstanding. Also with it, he had Gladys Knight and the Pips. And let me get these things. Feeling the Blue Sky. Who doesn't love a little Pips? And I'm a kind of a soul junkie. Love that stuff. There was a very nice read. This is Lush Life from John Coltrane. This was an early reissue. That outstanding album. And a group I was unfamiliar with called The Shirts. And it's more of a kind of a 80s new wave type thing. Nice note. Well, it took a while, but I was finally able to send these out to you. Merry Christmas. I hope you like them. I picked them from my own collection, so they're not the newest shape, but I tried to pick ones that I like and I thought you might like. A variety of things. You got that. I also threw in a copy of my own album for you. It's mostly spoken word, but I hope you enjoy it. God bless you, my friend, and the very best to you and yours. Be well. Peace always, Rocky. So, hey, meant a lot. Cool album, so thank you. And the final one, I went over at Christmas to see Michigan Record Club, Bill Young, and super good friend of mine. We've just become really close friends. Him and his wife Bridget. My wife went over and traded some VCLT and gave me this lovely compilation 2 album on Nuggets on a lot of the and this is Nuggets. It's a Pop Gems from Atco, Jubilee, Loma, Reprise, Valiant, Warner Brothers. So it came from there. It's on purple marble vinyl, and this was from Record Store Day 2016, and it is on the purple vinyl. So, Bill, thank you so much. I know he always watches my channel, and I really appreciate your friendship. You know, yeah, and when you spend most of your life by collecting records by yourself, and then you get involved in something like the VC and find out that there's actually thousands and thousands of you that have the same passion, it truly brings great enjoyment to everything. So that's very nice. All right, so now let's begin the new stuff. Finally, my vault package came in. A lot of times I don't show the vault. I figure, well, there's a lot of channels that show the vault. Actually, another ones I just show the vault. I don't know. This is Jack's, the White Stripes Greatest Hits. So this is the, obviously the vault package. So it's going to be a little bit different than what you would buy in the record store. I think the vinyl is pretty much, it comes in white and red variants, on the vinyl. So, sorry. You know, when you have a cat sitting on your lap, things tend to be a little bit rougher. Even the inside, the card stock, you can see that. You have white stripes symbol, so it's fun when they do little details. And Third Man Record, they are known for details. They really look over the packaging. There was the little goodies for it. We have here little words you can punch out and you can make sentences and stuff like that. I'm sure that's fun and exciting. And then you have little artwork. I thank you. You can put these together, make your own little collage, and my sister thanks you. So, for those with the VCLT, and I thank you. Card, white stripes, greatest hits. Very nice. Always enjoyed the vault package. Fun to see. Obviously, the flood wiped out a number of years of the vault package, including that special Trout Mask replica. Well, life's a bitch and then you die. Moving on. I pre-ordered this album, Drive By Truckers. I pre-ordered the new OK. And everyone in the world had it before I got in my pre-order. Still, Melinda Murphy did a whole thing on that. I talked about it. I don't get it. But I got it now. This was the second album that they put out last year. Isn't that beautiful red? The new OK, it really, there's a lot of the outtakes that weren't used for their album that came out early in the year, The Unraveling. Plus, there was a couple new songs that they added in. They had this whole huge tour planned for The Unraveling, but obviously COVID stopped it. So they were doing their own solo performances at home. You doing whatever you can. And they wrote a couple songs on here. They even do the KKK took my baby away from the White Stripes. The White Stripes. I got that on my head, from the Ramones. It's a song that they always end their shows with. It's political. Like their other ones, they have something to say. There's a song called Sarah's Flame, and it's about Sarah Palin and the legacy that she has left. And I would say they weren't flattered by it. There is one song that's really interesting, Watching the Orange Clouds. And it has this peaceful feel to it. But what it's about is they're hiking outside of Portland, and there's these orange clouds. And it's about the protests and the civil unrest going on in Portland, along with the forest fires, and just a father talking to his son and trying, what's the world coming to. That's the kind of powerful stuff this group will write about. I mean, it is a group that tells stories, but their stories have become their last three albums have been very strong political statements by them. This isn't as good as the last two albums. Again, there was outtakes that were not put on The Unraveling. So, it's a good album. Unraveling's better album. American Flag, to me, is the best album. Still super happy to get it because I really appreciate the Drive By Truckers and I love their music. Next up, found this nice copy of Johnny Lee Hooker, Urban Blues. This originally came out in 1967, This is an early repress that was from 1970. See, it's on the Blues Ways label. That's, the early one has a different type of label on there. This is the fourth album that he wound up doing for ABC. It has the hits Boom Boom Boom's on there, Mr. Lucky's on here, Motor City's Burning. It's originally made in 1967. He's from Detroit. 67 Racial Riots, Motor City was burning. The problem that people had with Hooker is he had this, what would you call it, an idiosyncratic timing, and his structure was different, and musicians had a hard time with it because he would just also, his time is getting really different, and they're going, okay, what's he up to? What's he doing? Is he just doing his own thing? So what they did on this album is the producer, because this guy, it was kind of a producer's nightmare. So the producer created the groove first. He got a groove built and then brought in John Lee to sing with the groove. And that kept him on track for at least a couple songs at a time, and they were able to get it produced a lot better. Anytime you can find John Lee Hooker, and especially the older stuff, it's exciting. Any blues is exciting. As a part of my collection I missed that I really lost a lot of, but we're slowly finding some cool things, and this was one of them. Really happy to have John Lee Hooker, Urban's Blues, 67.
You just got to try, baby. Look good, try before I go. It ain't nothing you can say. Make me stay another day. I give you my love.
Pick this up. This is I still got a record receipt in there. Bought this down in Toledo. It's a Pink Floyd bootleg. Nothing much on the vinyl. The Instant Analysis is the label. I was trying to think, did I used to have this one or not? Was that one of those sucky ones? But I'll just buy it. So I bought it. It's one of those sucky bootlegs. That's the thing. Pink Floyd, especially those early bootlegs, some are awful. And congratulations. This is one of those awful ones. I mean, there's like radio, TV shows. There's just crap that has nothing to do with Pink Floyd going on this thing. It's a 2-album set. It's just like, oh man, And Pink Floyd bootleg, it isn't like that's a $5 record or something. So I took the gamble. I hoped, maybe, could be, burnt, but it's Pink Floyd. It's a bootleg. It's fun. No matter, I enjoy their bootlegs. It's something that makes me happy. That's the last time that will see the light of day. Maybe someone will get it, but I don't know if I want to do that to somebody, Okay, next. Shadow. This is from Analog Africa, and the name of the album is Sweet Sweet Dreams. Shadow. Calypso. How was the last time I showed you Calypso music? I don't think I ever have. Maybe I have had one time or another. Shadow is from Trinidad and Tobago. It's very hot out, and this guy's wearing this heavy jacket. Makes you kind of wonder about him, doesn't it? Who would do that? Trinidad and Tobago is just like a hot rock, man. Why would you just wear your jacket? Nice little insert explaining about Shadow. Shadow was born, when was he born? Oh hell, I can't remember. But this album came out in 1984, Sweet Sweet Dreams. And what about it? He got into calypso music, which was really popular. His family was into secular music. His uncle, I believe, was an alderman in the church, and they wanted him to go that route. But he didn't. And instead, he got into calypso, which was extremely popular. And so I think he was born in like 46 or something. So he was making, this music, devil's music or whatever. And in 1984, put out this album, Sweet Sweet Dreams. and it sunk and it tanked because it was, I think you could say at the time, it was definitely ahead of its time. This thing has, there's a real 80s production to it. Which makes it, there's just, it's this really good driving bass. There's a haunting organ that's happening on there, and just this really thumping beat. Part of something that makes it different is there are no horns. A lot of this calypso music and that they were putting out had horns. No horns whatsoever in this album. This is extremely listenable. Sometimes you get that. If you're not into African music, maybe yes, maybe no. This is a little bit more mainstream, but yet for the calypso crowd, it was so totally different. No one gave a crap, and they now go for a lot of money if you can find an original one of these. All the songs were arranged by Shadow, and the music is really about the relationships between man and woman, and he puts more of the power on the women, which again was something different. Down in these islands, the man reigns supreme. He says, hey, the woman's important. So, great album from Analog Africa, something different. Trinidad and Tobago. I really like that from Shadow. Real nice listen. I hope you like the snippet of that.
Now we could have much good times and more. Give it another try. I've got good reasons why. If we don't make it up, too many tears will drop. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a party.
The next one. Atomic Rooster. There's a little stuff on there. This is a progressive rock blues band, I guess we say, that came out of the UK. They actually formed in 69, broke up in 75. Let's try it again in 1980. Broke up again in 83, and in 2016 we started again. It was formed by basically two people, Vincent Crane on organ and Carl Palmer on drums. And they had both just left the crazy world of Arthur Brown. I guess the world was too crazy for them. I mean, it was Arthur Brown. That probably was a hell of a crazy world. Carl Palmer, he started in 69. Carl Palmer left in 1970, and he formed, I don't know, some group called Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I guess he thought that would be a better way to go. Good call, Carl. Well done. This album, though, is it's called Made in England. Well, that was easy enough. Made in England came out in 1972. It was the fourth album by Atomic Rooster. And when Palmer left, this became a revolving door of musicians. They're in and out, except for Crane, and he stayed in. And when they reformed in the 80s, he was there, but then he did pass, I believe, by cancer. I'm not sure. There is more funk and soul within this album because they added a new lead singer, and the new lead singer's name was Chris Farlow. And he had this funk and soul feel to him. So suddenly, they bring in horns. So this is a progressive rock band, right? And I guess that could be kind of progressive rock, but it becomes a little bit funkier. There's the song Stand By Me. That thing just has, there is some major horn work happening within that song. A little bit of, what is it called? I can't. Oh, a little bit of Inner Air was the name of it. That had a real hard rock blues feel to it. There's a lot of Hammond organ going on, some really funky piano. I can't say I'm a huge fan of Atomic Rooster. It isn't like something I gotta have everything that they have. Good listen, not a great listen. It's not bad music, but it's okay. It's from the 70s. It's people out there experimenting. Cool album cover, right? Hey, that was a cool album cover. Okay, how about something different? Are you ready? I'm going to show this to you because I promised I was going to show a Kiss album. There it is. Kiss. Kiss Alive 2. This is the RCA Record Club edition, which for some reason goes for a hell of a lot more. I don't know where. I don't know what it is. This is Kiss 2. This is from 1977. And we have the book, which is always nice, right? Who doesn't like a book? So, in 76, Kiss was my first hard rock band that I ever saw. And I've told stories about that Kiss concert and what it meant and did a lot. The inner sleeves are the originals. Isn't that neat? And so I saw this, and it was at my local record store, Radio Wasteland. Gotta plug my local record store. But he's had such great stuff. And you know what? It's a lot of the songs were from the concerts that I saw down in Nebraska. So I thought, I need to get this. Screw that. And so I did. A little spendier, but again, I like something that might be a little more rare and not as neat. So there we have it. I showed a Kiss album on my channel. I never. I saw a Kiss concert. I saw Destroyer. I loved it. I thought it was great, but I never got into Kiss. I mean, my taste began to change into the new wave. Now, the Talking Heads, B-52s, Blondie, all that was coming out. That's where I went musically and did not become part of the Kiss Army. This one here, which I cannot play a sample, Slave. Out of Dayton, Ohio, funk band, 75 to 96. There was it Floyd Miller, I believe, was the trombonist, and then there was what's his name, Washington. I can't think of his first name. Steve Washington, I think. Playing the which is also the leader. Playing the trumpet. They formed Slave in 1977. This thing is funk. This is their very, very first album that they put out. Actually, I mean, they formed in 75. This album was the first in 1977. This is an aggressive funk assault. This thing rocks. They had the big hit on here. Their biggest hit was called Slide, Slide. You would hear it. If you heard it on the radio and go, man, I know that song. It has this awesome running bass line going on there, and very animated vocals. They used a picture of mine. Actually, it was kind of funny in college. 77, I was just getting to college and, doing bodybuilding, and so I was tan too, and so they used my picture. This is just so much good. This is just fun. That's the thing. I lost my blues. I lost a huge funk collection, and I love funk music so much. It just appeals to me, and this thing was great. The cover's a little beat up. The vinyl is beautiful. Dayton, Ohio. This is real quick. Dayton, Ohio is like funk capital of the world. Ohio players, Zapp, Slave, they all came out of there. Heat Wave, Boogie Nights, Sun. Dayton, Ohio, hotbed. Super happy to have that. And the final one, real quick, Shea, Bayou, Maccabee out of Louisiana. He sent me this. It is just Rockin' Sydney, man, or he counted himself as Count Rockin' Sydney also. He did this album. Just Cajun music, Creole. I love, gosh darn, I love Zydeco. I mean, Zydeco, not Creole. It's Cajun Zydeco. He had started out as a guitarist and harmonica player. And in the 70s, he goes, man, everyone likes the accordion playing Zydeco. So he switched to accordion and began playing it. He had a huge hit called Toot Toot, My Toot Toot. Huge hit. unless you don't know your Zydeco music. But in Zydeco world, it was gigantic. He plays all the instruments. You can hear the drum machine, which is a little infuriating on there. Yeah, I was like, oh god, it's a drum machine in Zydeco. But he was huge, very, very popular. Just outstanding stuff. This was his 4th album. This came out in 1984. I couldn't be happier. God, I love Zydeco.
Got the Zydeco blues. I'm the Zydeco man from the Zydeco land. I'm the Zydeco man.
Alright, that's my update. There you have it. Boom. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a happy new year, everyone. Midweek, we're going to do Vinyl Tag. That's coming up. Cat's going to leave now because I'm done. Bye.